Hey, this is Steve Kim from Snack.com and the 3 Knockdown Rule, and you're locked into Come Box with Chan with LadyChann.
Right, Kenny Ken, we've got you for the football.
You are so talking. Hear this. Cocky me the run down, no, not me. Can't give me one rope, not me.
Update.
You know what? I'll tell you one thing now. Since we last spoke, there's been shocks. Belgium were eliminated. Germany were eliminated. Uruguay eliminated. We had the last 16. England are in the quarterfinals against France. They beat Senegal 3-0. France beat Poland 3-1. The best player in the world at the moment is Kylian Mbappe, half Cameroonian, half Algerian. He is smashing it. He scored 5 goals already. Today we saw Brazil massacre South Korea. Before that, we saw our first extra time penalties. Croatia beating Japan 3-1. So far, we've had 6 of the teams in the quarterfinals. We've got 2 more to go. Got 2 big matches. We've got Portugal against Switzerland, and before that we've got Morocco where you're playing Spain. So it's really massive. It's getting to that stage by next week when I speak to you, we're going to know who's in the semi-finals. Could England, you know, the country that me and Lady Chan are supporting, beat France? Highly unlikely. France are the hot favourites. Brazil, you know, they're the hot favourites as well. So if you're a betting man, you know, you look at the semi-finals, you could say, I hate to say it, you're going to see France, Brazil, Spain, and Argentina. So for me, that's who by this time next week we're going to discuss. But let me tell you something now. The World Cup is a brilliant tournament. I want to say big commiserations to the United States. I thought that, you know, they were a bit naive when they played the Dutch. But, you know, they go good at counting themselves. They had a great tournament. Australia, you're giving props as well for, you know, narrow losing to Argentina. But you know what? This is when it gets a bit tasty now, man. This is when we get to see who the best team in the world is. And right now, no one knows. It's anybody's tournament. It comes every 4 years. I can't wait to so the games you need to look out for this weekend is England-France, 6 o'clock UK time. And also another quarterfinal you need to look out for is Holland versus Argentina. So, and then you've got Brazil versus Croatia. I don't know the last quarterfinal because, as I said, there's 2 matches tomorrow. But all I'm saying, it's hotting up. It's what football's about. I can understand why, you know, that other countries are not as invested as, you know, our game as they should be. But let me tell you something now. You're missing out, man. You're missing out. And I beseech everyone in the world to watch these games because you just don't know what's going to happen. But if you're betting, man, don't be surprised by next week if you've got a France-Brazil final. I'm convinced that that's going to happen. But as I said before, man, let's roll on for the World Cup. Let's enjoy our boxing. I'm sure there's some big fights next week. But right now, it's all about England in the World Cup. Speak to you guys soon.
Shouts out to you, Kenny Ken. Can I just also answer them about Wales's demise? We didn't give them much hope and chance.
No, I think with Wales is that, you know, thing with football's a bit. I think in any high level sport, there's levels, and if you're a low level, it's just like boxing. If you're a low level fighter and you're fighting an elite fighter, it's only going to be one result. Wales are not an elite team. They're overachieved by being in the tournament. A lot of their players do not play top-level football, and their top-level players are past their best. So for me, all I can say is that, you know, the best thing about Wales was their fans and the passion they showed. But, you know, you can have as much passion as you can, but if you haven't got the ability, then you're going to get found out at world, you know, level.
Right. And I think, yeah, I agree. It's just some teams that are not equipped for it. Also, King, don't you got a question for Kenny?
No, he gave me the rundown because I was going to ask him how far he thought the Netherlands might go, but basically they're going to get bumped out in the next round.
Yeah, well, obviously, good question asked because of what, you know. There's a lot of people obsessed with Lionel Messi. absolutely obsessed with him, and they would, for sensible reasons, they'll like him to win the World Cup. So there'll be a lot of people in this country rooting for Argentina when they play the Netherlands. For me, the Netherlands are a very functional side. I don't think they're at the top level, but if you make mistakes against them, then they're going to punish you. They're one of those teams that defend, and then take you by surprise in a counter attack. But for me, I hope Argentina beat them, because I want to see attacking, football, and I want to see football with a bit of panache. I don't want to see defensive football. I don't want. I didn't stop watching my Arsenal to see people put 10 men behind the ball and just defend and play boring. Be boring. I want football with a bit of panache, pizzazz, skill, tricks, everything. I want that's the sort of football I want to see.
Shouts out to you. Anyone else got any questions for Kenny Ken in the building with the World Cup news? Because Arsenal fan TV Kenny Ken.
No, hello, Sammy. I no longer work with AFTV. I was on there before, but it's not a channel that I want to be part of. It's too commercial for me, and I thought, if you're going to be for the fans, by the fans, then you have to preach that. You don't change because the sponsors are coming, and you're getting yourself on Sky TV. You're either a fan channel or you're not. Where I come from, fan channels have different people, and you don't just have selected people just on for views, because you're not a fan channel. You're a channel, a commercial channel, where you're only concerned with views. Either you're for the fans or you're not. If you're not a fan channel, then say so. I respect you, but don't claim to be a fan channel when you're not.
Yeah. And then also we've got someone said the fix was in Dubai rigged channel. What's all going on? Why we got two Lisas here? Okay, and then Bale and Ramsey didn't show up.
No, they didn't. They didn't show up at all. But the reason why, you're not going to show up for me, if you're not playing, like I said, top level football, and you're virtually a substitute, then you're not going to have the level of fitness for that tournament against top level teams.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it was an accident waiting to happen. They're just not, they're overachieving by just being by here. And I think that, when Bale and Ramsey's leave the scene, Wales have got a massive challenge to try and see if they can qualify tournaments, because players like that come once in a lifetime, and they're not producing players that play at top level football, especially in this country. So it's going to be difficult for Wales to qualify for the next tournaments, major tournaments, Euros and the World Cup. Can't see it happening.
Yeah. And then shouts out to Dr. P's from Wales. I think England can actually beat France.
They can, because but the thing is France have got some pace in the forward line, and Mbappe and Dembele are just unplayable at times. But you have to cut the supply to them. You cut the supply, and then if you can sort of play to your strengths and play to your attacking strengths, there's a chance, because England have got probably their strongest squad they've had for years. It's probably the last time I had a squad as strong as this was probably in Euro 96 and Italian 90. I haven't seen a World Cup squad this strong from England. So, he's virtually got two players for every position. So he's going to need all those 5 substitutes if he's going to beat France.
Okay. So we've got a whole week left of a couple more games, and then we start doing the
quarterfinals. Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday quarterfinals. But the one that we're looking for obviously in the UK or England. Let's not call it the UK, because Scots, the Northern Irish, and the Welsh are not going to be supporting England. They're going to be supported. They're going to be supporting France. So it's England fans who are going to be wanting England to do well against France.
Yeah, got ya. Kenny Ken, you've been amazing yet again. Tell them where they can find you.
At Kenny Ken 1972 at Twitter and
Instagram.
and Instagram. One thing I would say is that it's the problems you're having in terms of like your content with seconds out. Whenever I put a goal up now, because it's the World Cup, I've had 2 of my I've had 3 of my things removed from Instagram because they say FIFA reported it. So it's not just you, it happens to the best of us.
God,
FIFA,
it's so annoying.
no, it's not that. They, you know, right, so they're very precious. You know, they a lot of TV stations and the World Cup sell those rights.
Content. I mean, it's not like it's sharing content, you know.
No,
But yeah, that's how they.
You have to make everyone's got to make a buck, and you know, no one gives anything away for free.
Yeah, that's true. Oh well, we know where to find you, Kenny Ken. Carry on doing the good work for us, mate, and we'll see
Thank you very much.
Same time, same place next week, Kenny
Well,
Ken.
hopefully, no, England.
Yeah.
I've got a semi-final to promote for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll see you soon.
oh boy. Oh wow.
See you, Lisa. See you later.
All right, Kitty Ken. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.
With it, if you know what I mean. Cocky me no run, don't know, not me. Can't give me one rope slam, not me. Back up behind, but don't touch my weed. Make sure you have the fresh smoke when you breathe. Affiliation, no, not my lead. No, my hardcore, no sound styling. From the bed to the floor, look like a crime scene. Take 2 pins so you can't read me.
She love the way that I slam it, get a million, juke 100 stabbing. We go hard all night on a mad ting. Now the neighbors wanna know what's happening. Tell them no joke ting, 1 bag of daggering. Stiff body, left gal staggering. On the phone you was hyping ting. Now you here wanna see, can you manage it? Good body girl versus the stallion. I'ma roll this suit and go ham again. Couple shots of rock and it's that again. Wind up the tin, wind up the tin. Gal them teaser, side pussy seeker. Push it in deeper like submarina. Rage I make gal hotter than a fever. Ganja me one not shisha, see it there. Pussy me run, no, not me. Power in the ting, no, not me. Girl have to wipe on the ting properly. If you look good then wind your body. It's rage man giving it the new styling. Make gal shiver when you push it in deep. When a man that's strong, a man that's sweet. You for a red never pop down, not me.
Cocky me no run, don't know, not me. Can't give me one rope slam, not me. Back up behind, but don't touch my weed. Make sure you have the fresh smoke when you breathe. Affiliation, no, not my lead. Love it hardcore, no sound styling. From the bed to the floor, look like a crime scene. Take 2 pins so you can't read me. Alright, how you heard this LadyChann? Yeah, you have to give a round of applause to the man on the moment. It's Rage. Yeah. No, not me. God.